Getting ready for a must-have for the Bengals. Mike Petraglia inside MetLife Stadium. We're here today. The Bengals get ready to take on the 1-1 New York Jets. Bengals 0-2, of course, after back-to-back three-point losses, one against the Pittsburgh Steelers on the last play of overtime, and the last play of regulation last week. It was a field goal that once again beat them 20-17 in Dallas. The Bengals need to get off to a better start. I think that's obvious to everyone who has watched the Stripes over the first 2 weeks, and a good start means for the Bengals getting Joe Burrow in rhythm right away. How do you get Joe Burrow in rhythm? Of course, one thing that has been stressed all week and even after the game last week is run the football. They have not done a good job running the football, except for two explosive runs by Joe Mixon, one of 31 yards and the other for 10 yards. Bengals have averaged 2.8 yards a carry this season. That's not going to cut it. The Bengals need to run the ball better. They need to not make mistakes early on in possessions and get behind the sticks. That's another point of emphasis this week from Burrow right on down through the coaching staff and everybody on the offensive line and the skill players. They cannot fall behind the sticks. And if they're able to do that today and get ahead of the sticks and get second and short and third and short, that plays much more to what Joe Burrow wants to do with this offense. Protection. Obviously, Joe Burrow has not been well protected in the first two games. The new offensive line, 4 of the 5 spots being new, has allowed 13 sacks, some of which are on Joe Burrow himself, and he has acknowledged that, but 13 sacks and 30 pressures for Burrow in the first 2 games. That has got to stop today. They've got to put a Band-Aid on that and start heading in the right direction in terms of protecting Joe Burrow. And speaking of the offensive line, will La'el Collins play today? He didn't practice all week. He has a back issue. But on Friday, Zach Taylor said he liked the possibility of La'el Collins playing here on Sunday. So we'll have to wait and see. If Collins goes through warm-ups and he can't hack it, then it would probably be Hakeem Adeniji, who started the last 2 preseason games, including one here at MetLife Stadium against the Giants at right tackle. So Hakeem Adeniji waits in the wings and probably will be active today, given the fact last week he was inactive for the first time since the first game of his rookie year in 2020. Weather should not be an issue. Should be a gorgeous day for late September here in the swamps of Jersey. We are expecting temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Chance of a shower later in the afternoon as WKRP in Cincinnati blares over the speaker system here at MetLife Stadium. Obviously, this is also a place known as Jungle Land, home of Bruce Springsteen, who celebrated his 73rd birthday on Friday. Will all of the karma come together for the Bengals here today and produce their first win of the year? They certainly hope so, because the odds obviously are not very good if they're 0-3 going into week number 4, a short week against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night. Bengals need this game in the worst way. How will they get it done? Be sure to follow me on Twitter all game long at Trags, Trags. Of course, follow our Bengal coverage at clnsmedia.com. And be sure to click on the YouTube link below and subscribe to the Jungle Roar podcast for all of your Bengals content throughout the 2022 season. Want to hear all of your comments, good, bad, and indifferent. Inside MetLife Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.